I always wanted to fight for my country. I always wanted to be a police officer, but I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And I can only blame myself for that. I still look at joining the military. I still look at what's going on with that. A lot of my friends joined before the Iraq war. Before 9/11, they joined, so they were deployed because they joined, and then 9/11 happened, and they were already in active duty, so they had to fight in the war. A lot of my friends survived, and I've noticed that the numbers for the military were low, and at that point, the Navy had raised their age limit from 34 to 35, and they raised it eventually to 41. And I found that shocking because I've always been the type of person that thought that the military should be mandatory. That's always been my stance. Don't talk about it, be about it. If you love this country and you want to be a patriot, there's a way to really do that. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been pro military based on my friends, and my dad wasn't really a fan because our grandfather fought in World War II, and the way he was treated, his father told him not to join the military. And so it was kind of this kind of nagging thing for me that I wanted to, but there's a lot of bad history with that. When you look at what Donald Trump is doing, when you look at the Republican Party and where we're going, unfortunately, yes, I did want mandatory military. I did want a lot of these things, but what I didn't want, what I had envisioned was a defense force of helping the citizenry become more confident, become more patriotic, become to have more of a camaraderie as Americans. We're all Americans, and through the military, that can happen as a deterrent and as a preparation force. But now, starting wars, creating an Iraq 2.0 situation in order to appease the mega wealthy, while poor people and middle class people lose their lives, lose their children, lose their relatives, because the age gap has been raised with the Air Force to 48. So now I see what they've been planning to do this whole time. And it would have been better to make it mandatory first before putting a madman there to start wars with the whole world.